Hi guys, this is Chris Watterson. I'm an instructional design graduate student at Emporia State University, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about universal design for learning. So let's get started. Let's start with the basics. What is universal design for learning? Well, first of all, I'm going to refer to it as UDL from now on because, well, it's easier and it's a standard acronym. So UDL, Universal Design for Learning, is a really neat concept that guides the instructional design process by incorporating multiple ways to present the content, motivating the learner to participate, reducing barriers, and maintaining high standards of performance for each student. Now that's all great, but what's the point? Isn't that what every teacher wants anyways? Yes, but UDL focuses on the fact that each learner is unique in the skills and learning challenges they bring with them to the lesson. CAST, which is the organization that created UDL, believes that the uniqueness of the individual is displayed not only in their fingerprints and DNA, but also in their brain and the unique path that each individual takes to learning and understanding. Instead of looking at the challenges and possible learning disabilities that individuals have, Gronseth and Hutchins say that inclusive teaching involves embracing learner differences and viewing these differences as a source of diversity that can enrich the lives of the learners and others. UDL aims to make learning meaningful, relevant, and accessible for all. Students should no longer be considered special needs, since the needs of the individual are always special. Now that we know what UDL is really trying to do, which is make learning happen for everyone, regardless of the way that individuals learn, let's see how we can accomplish this. UDL is founded on three main principles, which are rooted in neuroscience. Remember CAST? When they created UDL, they were trying to find functions of learning in the brain and teaching methods that could be true for all brains. So let's look at these three principles together. Principle one stems from the neural recognition networks and is the what of learning. Principle one says we should incorporate as many diverse ways of presenting the material as possible. Principle two is the how of learning and is seated in the strategic neural networks of the brain. Principle two suggests to incorporate various ways for the learner to take action, interact, and express their understanding. Principle three is the why of learning and is embedded in the affective neural networks. Principle three proposes that we incorporate many different ways for learner to connect to the content, especially on an emotional level. So the three principles are further broken down into 9 guidelines, and that's 3 guidelines per principle if you're keeping track. Here's a quick peek at the one sheet that's available on CAST's website. As you can see, it goes into further details on each principle and guideline. This is a great tool to help instructors implement some of these concepts as they're creating their instructional design. Keep in mind that the idea is to incorporate flexibility and the multiple methods into the plan from the beginning, rather than adapting the learning later when you discover that a student is experiencing a barrier or challenge. It's best to have this flexibility and adaptability incorporated from the start. Providing a variety of delivery methods can be a way of breaking down barriers to learning, such as incorporating tactile methods along with audio and visual methods, or including additional text clarification as pop-ups with vocabulary definitions or additional information. Not only do you want to incorporate multiple delivery methods, but you also want to provide multiple ways for the learner to express their understanding. For the same reason that individuals learn in different ways, students also excel in expressing themselves in unique ways. So it's important to provide a variety of expressive modalities. One idea to incorporate different ways of expression is to use the BAWD method, which is to allow students to either build, act, write, or draw something to express their understanding of the content. Now, technology is at the forefront of our discussion because it can not only provide the needed flexibility in delivery, it definitely allows for those multiple modes needed, but it can also extend the classroom to make adjustment for those with diverse accessibility needs. It should be said that the basic integration of technology in the classroom does not constitute achieving a successful UDL. The technology itself is not automatically synonymous with UDL, but it plays an important role in its implementation and conceptualization. For example, a student with a visual impairment could use technology to adjust the font size or color of the text to suit their needs, or they could access a screen reader and have the assignment read to them. Or a student who learns better by listening could also have the assignment read to them, and it has nothing to do with whether or not they can visually access the text. It's simply a modality that connects better with the way they learn. But since we're on the subject of technology, let's talk a little bit about the ways that technology can enhance a UDL. Up until now, we've kind of viewed it in terms of a classroom environment, but I want to pivot slightly and look at UDL as a useful tool in workplace training for adults. Just like kids in a classroom, adults also have unique experiences and challenges to bring to the table. And as we've established, technology is a great way to enhance a UDL through the multiple modalities that technology has to offer. One way technology enhances UDL is through immediate feedback. Direct feedback on performance during instruction can strengthen a learning experience. And of equal importance is discussing how the training connects with workplace goals and expectations. Technology can be a key to success when combined with engaging activities that foster learning, growth, and collaboration. For example, an activity such as Think, Pair, Share, in which students think about concepts just taught, pair with a classmate, and then share their thoughts about what they just learned, or Wrap, which involves reading a passage of text, asking about the meaning of the main concept and maybe two other important details, and then paraphrasing the passage. These activities can be integrated with technology like Flipgrid, for example, to record and post short videos of the share or paraphrase portion of the activity. To encourage learners to self-regulate, designers should provide moments of self-reflection at key junctures throughout the instruction. During these self-regulative portions, feedback could also be provided. Providing hints and visual cues or alternate decisions within a given activity can boost self-determination and understanding. A technological example that would allow such self-regulative feedback and hints could be to use augmented reality, AR, or simulation experiences, where feedback is instantaneous, either by an overlaid visual cue, such as an AR, or immediate changes within the simulation based on actions taken. The best reason for incorporating developmental feedback is that it helps to immediately correct errors and can even show a learner's progress as they move forward towards a goal. So where do we go from here? To find out more information about UDL, visit cast.org. CAST's website, which is really one amazing resource, has tons of information and additional resources, including recommended reading, online tools, courses, and more. One tool that I recommend is, and I also mentioned it earlier, is the one-pager that CAST put together of the UDL principles and guidelines. This would be a great tool I'd recommend to have on hand as a reference for whenever you sit down to create your instructional design. I'll post the links in the description so you can easily find them when you're ready to dig deeper into UDL. In conclusion, UDL is a great framework for all learners, not only ensuring that every learner is included and that they are able to access the information in a way that's most effective for them, but also to allow a broader range of expression, thereby enhancing the overall learning experience as everyone is able to learn more from each other's diverse skills, talents, and viewpoints. I hope you enjoyed this presentation today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.